We just got a bunch of brand new stuff in Fortnite Creative. I can't even believe this, but the shopping carts are back. We got a brand new character controller device. It's really, really cool. Lots of setting updates that I'm going to show you guys. And of course, we got some really cool leaks. And if this leak is true, this is going to open up insane possibilities creative. Let's just get started. All right, now for the leaks. We got two main devices leaked today, and this is kind of crazy. The first one is the shared save data device. This device will allow persistence across different maps. I don't know if that's just going to be across your map or if you and your friend's map could have persistence, but this is crazy. I really hope we see this in creative soon. The implications with this device are going to be unreal. All right, for the next leak, looks like there's a device called the Web Link, and it basically looks like a QR reader. Just think about if you had this in your map and someone could click it and get right to your socials, or even maybe a YouTube video explaining how to play the map. I really hope to see this in creative. All right, drum roll. Hey, that was kind of anticlimactic. Beep. All right, let's just get into it. Let's just start. The first thing is the brand new character device controller. You guys can see it right here. It's very, very cool. This device pairs with the character device or mannequin device, whatever you want to call it, but it just gives us a lot more customization. If we interact with it, you guys will notice that we can actually select different characters. You can select different poses, different emotes, and what they do when they're standing still. And you will also notice this new setting called character slot. Right now you can have up to 20 character devices in one map. They are all like 2,000 memories, so I don't know why you would do that. But if you interact with the character device as well, you're going to see down here that there's a character slot setting that was also added. What this does is this is how you can link these two devices together. So if you just want this character device to talk with this character controller, then you're going to want to make sure the character slot is matching. A real quick side note though, you guys can always just leave this to 0 and basically then it'll just work out of the box. I do want to note though that if you have other character devices out, this controller device, if they're all set to 0, is going to control all of them at once. Just FYI. Now the last thing on this device are the brand new settings. We'll just go over them real quick. But you can basically now you can change your appearance on your character from a channel. You can also perform a different emote. You can change their pose. You can also change what they do when they're standing still or idle. This is very, very cool. Basically what this does is kind of gives us a 2-for-1 sale on a device, for a lack of a better term. So you can actually use one device but have two different character models, or even the same character but you could have two different emotes. So that is very cool. Let me just show you how it works. I currently have these buttons set up to these channels, and so first thing we're gonna do, we can change the appearance. You can tell them to do a different emote. We have now changed their pose. And you can change their idle animation. And I think this is a great ad for creative. I'm also excited to see what settings they add to this device. I'm sure it's going to get even crazier, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. All right, next new thing they added, well, technically re-added, was the shopping cart. And now it is off grid, so that is also nice. We'll interact in the settings. You will see some new settings they've added, including settings that we've seen on like the car device. Like you can assign a driver, so basically just put them in the shopping cart, which is really cool. You can destroy, respawn, lots of other cool options. Love this. Let's take it for a spin. And you already know I had to make a sick course for us to try it out on. Oh, let's go. This better be awesome. I probably should have tested this. Well, we're gonna test it now. Let's go. Let's get it. Okay. Drum roll. Oh yeah, I love this game. I love this game. This is so fun. Let's get it. Oh. First try. I'm the freaking GOAT. All right, next up, they added some new settings to the campfire device. They actually just did a huge revamp to this device and added a lot of cool settings. So I guess they're still adding it. I'm not going to show you all the new settings they added. I'll just show you some of the important ones. First up, you're going to notice they actually added a heal zone with some measurements that we've actually never seen before, but very interesting. It can get very, very big. you can heal a lot of people. Kind of the next one I want to note is you can actually now change the health per pulse to 0. This setting was added probably for if you're trying to use this campfire for more of an aesthetic and you don't want to use it to actually heal people, so now you don't have to. And the other really cool thing I want to note is they actually added an advanced lighting effect. Before, you wouldn't actually get like a campfire glow on your character, but now you will, so that is really cool. All right, the next setting they added onto the devices was the wildlife spawner. They added actually a lot of settings. It's very cool. Let's check it out. So if you interact with the device, you're gonna see some new settings, like force spawn new wildlife. This is brand new. This will basically, if you signal to spawn a new creature, it'll basically just remove the oldest creature that was placed. So that's kind of a cool add. They've also added some cool settings like activation distance, and we've seen this setting in like the creature spawners. It actually makes me wish that they would actually put some of these settings into the creature spawner. That would be really nice, but we'll see. And lastly, on this device, they've added a whole bunch of new transmittable and receivable settings to this device, and they're all very cool but kind of niche. It's just going to depend what kind of game mode or what you're trying to do with your map. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can see them up on the screen and maybe you guys can make some cool things out of it. All right, let's move on to the next device. What do you know? They added a setting to the Sky Dome. I can't remember the last update we've gotten that they haven't actually touched this device. This will be really quick. They only added basically one thing, and you can actually now choose the sky's color. Let me kind of just show you what that looks like. So if you hop in here, you'll see I've made this yellow. You can see the clouds are yellow. Now they're red. Kind of cool, just the more you know, right? Next up is the capture area device they added a setting to. What year is it? But seriously, this is very cool. This device hasn't been touched in a while, and it needs to be, honestly. It's a really cool device. What they've added actually is you can now change the capture height of this device, which is very cool. As you can see, you can make this thing really tall. I mean, you can really get out there. Or very short. I think that is neat. And now they actually allow us to turn the visibility off during game. That is a brand new setting. This is really cool, but I do have one problem with it. Let me show you it in game. All right, now there's actually two capture devices you see here. To the left, obviously visibility is on. To the right, it is off. There is one currently right here. Again, this is a great add, but they should have allowed us to do something like they did on the class selector, where you could actually just remove the base. I really wish that the base was gone, but I would love to see the actual capture area. I hope they add that in the next go around, but we'll see. All right, you guys, you probably won't find this anywhere else, but they've added a brand new setting to the Sentry device. Shout out to Yerk YT for finding this. Very cool. But basically now sentries will shoot at creatures. This is wild. Let me show you guys. Here's the new setting. Can target creatures. I have it set to yes. Let's start the game. Look at it. They're shooting creatures. This is wild. He's dusting them. Get him. Get him. Anyway, very cool. All right, and the last thing, they actually added some new weapons, all rarities and all types of the dual fiend hunter gun. This is very cool. You know how I am when I love when they add new weapons into creative. There was a time where we didn't get any new weapons and BR had all the cool stuff. Now it looks like they're actually updating us with some of the BR weapons. So thank you, Epic. Definitely go try it out.